there. I just got my second walking stick in the mail, and I thought this would be a nice opportunity to do a short-ish video about my current thoughts on chronic pain, on disability and mobility aids, and yeah. Visual description: I'm a Southeast Asian person around 23 years old with short black hair to my neck, and I'm wearing a green shirt with a frog that says eat bug, and I'm also wearing a watch on my hand and pink glasses. My background is an eclectic room with a lot of messes thrown about. So, thoughts. It's been about 8 months now since all of my symptoms and pain have dramatically increased, worsened. So before that, I already had pain in my ankle and shortness of breath and fatigue for like a few years now, alongside my depression, and yeah, it was pretty hard time walking a lot, and I also had a lot of jobs where I had to be on my feet, and it was not very good. So yeah, starting around the first few months of this year, all the pain in my body have worsened, and slowly I started to have pain in almost every joint of my body. At first my ankle pain was a long-term pain already, and then it was my knees and my wrist, and then it became my elbows and lower back, upper back, neck, and fingers, and also a myriad of other symptoms like nausea and fatigue and blah blah blah. I have a whole spreadsheet that I use to track my symptoms. Yeah, and you know, I did the usual normal blood test. I used orthopedic inserts for my shoes to help relieve the feet pain. It hasn't really helped much. Blood tests are normal. Spine MRI is normal. Head MRI I think is normal. So it's been, you know, I think a pretty normal chronic pain, chronic illness women experience of having very vague symptoms that are not super acute or dramatically visible enough, and all the tests come back normal, and there's a lot of subtle and kind but still like suggestions of maybe it was the effect of the long-term depression that I had. I should also mention that my depression is like much better now for like more than a year now, so my depression getting better precedes my pain getting worse. So there's not a clear correlation about that. I'm not super opposed to things being psychosomatic. It makes me feel defensive too, but I'm like open to it. But it seems like that it doesn't add up very well, which, you know, is not super validating, and I'm sure the test come back normal, but I live with my symptoms every day. My life quality has significantly worsened. Not to be super dramatic, but I think my life has been upended a bit, and it's been hard to cope, to grieve, to process emotions, and yet still feel motivated and alive and determined to go to doctor appointments and specialists and finding ways to self-manage my pain, which it works sometimes, but not most of the time. I feel like the part where I said it's a short video is not possible anymore, but here we are. So first, I think it's better to structure this a bit. I'd like to talk a little bit about grief and emotions, and then I would like to talk about my cane and mobility aids and what is sort of my plan moving forward. So, grief, emotions. There is so much grief, and also since I am an artist, and I would like to have an art career. I'm a beginning freelancer. It's been difficult when I have pain in my hand. I don't want to freak out because I know it's been shown that if you freak out too much about the pain, it gets worse. Like your brain gets too sensitive, central desensitization and so on. And it would increase the pain, so I'm trying to catastrophize too much. But it's a little bit hard when the parts of your body that you would like to use for your long-term career start being very, very difficult to use. I don't think it's fair to tell myself to not overthink it, because I would like to do art as a career. I think being a freelancer is one of the more sustainable choice for a body in chronic pain, and also my autistic brain. I think that's also a bit better for my brain. And I've also tried to look for other jobs to no success. And the jobs that I apply to are also a little bit limited because I need it to be a flexible job, and I need it to be not a job where I need to use my feet or my hands too much, which is most jobs. Like if you're not like a waiter or like a construction worker or a cashier, then you are on your computer, you need to type or move things around, or use your phone if you're a social media manager. So yeah, I think finding a job is quite hard, and I'm trying my best to not get down about it, but to also allow myself to be down about it sometimes. And also, I think the uncertainty of lack of diagnosis, or just it doesn't even have to be a diagnosis, a lack of prognosis, like how will my body, my pain, and other symptoms progress or degress, is also right now in a gray zone. And that's also very difficult for me because it's hard to plan the future. I'm in a foreign country. I need a visa to stay here, and I need to work to get a visa, or study, but I already studied. So I need to work to get a visa, and when work is difficult, how do I get a visa? How do I stay? Will it be a problem if I apply for disability benefits in Germany? Should I even do that? Am I disabled enough? Oh my god, that's a whole thing. So there's been a lot on my mind the past few months. That being said, I'm in a position of tremendous privilege. I have financial privilege, I have support from my mother, and of course living in Germany where the healthcare system is flawed but also quite good, and insurance covers a lot of things. Yeah, so I would like to make it clear that I'm by no means groveling for survival. I am comfortable, I'm just in pain most of the time. Which can slowly drive you insane. So yeah, that's my current thoughts about my changing body. I have so many more thoughts about it. You can check out my Instagram if you want to read the comics that I've made about it. And of course, when your body changes so much, your social positioning, your social life, your work life, love life, all that stuff changes with you. But that's a topic for another day. I think the second part is mobility aids. Again, last year I bought a walking stick because at that time I mostly only have ankle pain, and it got to a point where it was very difficult to go to work. So I thought, hey, why not? I have money and it's not that much. It's like €20 plus shipping for a walking cane. I should try it out anyway, and hey, if I don't like it, I can just sell it. So that's when I got this first cane. I chose a nice floral pattern. It's a bit hard to find canes that have motifs that I like, even though there's a lot of pattern canes, but a lot of it doesn't really match my aesthetic. But this is the one I have. It is foldable and height adjustable. To be fair, it hurts my wrist a lot, and also because I have pain on both sides of my body, it's not the most helpful at pain management. And a cane shouldn't be a tool used primarily for pain management anyway. What it is helpful for me is balance and fatigue. Like using the cane also causes fatigue, but as in like when I'm fatigued, I tend to walk. I don't walk in a straight line anyway, but when I'm fatigued, I bump into things much more, and it always feels like I'm about to faint or to hit someone or something along the way. So it's very helpful to just have a thing to lean on. And also, the biggest benefit of a cane for me personally is that it's a signifier of disability, or just as like a signifier that I would like to have a seat and I would like to sit down. And if someone feels like they can stand, please give me the seat. And I think it's been helpful for that. Like when people see that I have a cane, they stand up and give their seat to me, and that's very kind of them. Also, they kind of have to, it's a disabled seat. So yeah, that has been how the cane has been helpful for me. It is unhelpful for wrist pain. It is unhelpful for feet pain because I still have to walk, and any amount of walking hurts. I also have a rollator, a 2-in-1 rollator that can turn into like a kind of a shitty push chair if needed. But the benefit of the rollator is, of course, one, it provides balance. Again, it's kind of similar to a cane, but even more because there's 4 sides to it. 2, it can help me with any weight that I'm carrying, like my backpack or a bag, or even holding my phone is difficult on my hand sometimes. So putting it on the rollator and pushing it is much easier on my body, my hips, and other joints. Third, and also biggest benefit, is there is a seat everywhere I go. So walking in the middle of the crosswalk, I'm out of breath, I can't stand anymore, I need a pause. I can go off the path a little bit, find a place, sit down on my rollator and rest. I mean, before the rollator, I just sat on the floor on the street, or like on like a raised bed or something, which is also fine, but this is much preferable. And I also tried a wheelchair rental when I went to the zoo, and I thought it was very helpful for me. So the wheelchair is, the cons are like I don't have a lot of arm strength and my wrist also hurts, so pushing the wheelchair is not really realistic for me. And the zoo is also not flat, it's cobblestoned, and there's a lot of like ups and downs everywhere. But of course the benefit is my partner kindly pushed me, and the zoo was also quite accessible, so it's not a big deal to go around in a wheelchair, and it really helped. I had less feet pain. I still have some because any amount of walking or standing caused some kind of pain for me. Getting a motorized wheelchair or a mobility scooter is on my mind, but I think at this moment it's probably not the time yet, because again, I don't know the future of my condition, I don't know the future of my pain, and I would like to wait a bit to see what's up, to see if I get better, if I get worse. I mean, I really would like to know if this is chronic. I mean, it's already chronic, but like I would like to know if it's like 5-10 years, decades kind of chronic, or if it's 1 or 2 years, then I can buy something cheaper, like a cheaper wheelchair or cheaper canes, cheaper rollator, and when I get better I can sell them. So yeah, not knowing is a big part of it. Yeah, but the reason I even turned on the camera to make this is that I bought a new cane. It is just simple brown, because I thought sometimes I wear outfits that might not go too well with black, so I thought a softer color would be more helpful. But I think another one in white or cream would like round out the collection and go with most outfits, because it's really important to me that everything I own is aesthetic and matches my outfits. I also bought this loop thing so I can wear them because a hard part of the cane is sometimes I need to get my wallet to pay for something and I don't know where to put my cane. So I also have this to hold on to, or I also bought this. I can detach it, but I don't want to, where I can put it on the surface and it holds, well, my hand is not a stable surface, but I can put it on the surface and it holds the cane in place. I also chose an ergonomic handle this time, so it is a bit more comfortable for my hand, because a big part of using the cane that's hard for me is it's really hard on my hand joints and my finger joints. So I hope this can provide some relief for that. It is also foldable and height adjustable like the other one. So yeah, I guess the gist of the video is I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm feeling very confused and scared and worried, but trying not to be worried or trying not to be too scared, so I don't make things worse. If you have your own perspective on mobility aids and chronic pain, or you have your own experience that you would like to share, please feel free to do so. I would really appreciate that. And I have already found so much relief in the chronic pain, chronic illness community, and I hope my perspective will add something to that pool. Goodbye, I'll see you in another video.